नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। हरे कृष्ण। By the costless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge with which we can directly perceive our self, Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharmyam. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Shri Krishna is now teaching us in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We are studying, being the weekend being Sunday. So Krishna is teaching us, in fact, answering Arjuna's question about the difference between sannyasa and tyaga. So, what is the main difference? Sannyasa means just renouncing the work. Tyaga means renouncing the results of the work. That is the difference. That's what we understand. So, yoga means the same thing when sannyasa and yoga. That's what in the 5th chapter, first sloka, Arjuna asked that same question. What he asked in the 18th chapter, first sloka, is very similar to what he already asked in the 5th chapter, first sloka. So in the 18th chapter, Sannyasasya Mahabaho Tattvamichchami Veditum Tyagasya cha Rishikesho Pratakkeshi Nisudana. So I want to understand the knowledge about sannyasa and tyaga and the difference between the two. Whereas in the 5th chapter, first sloka, sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha samsasi yachreya yetayor ekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. So, sannyasam karmanam, there itself Arjuna is giving the definition for what is sannyasa. That's what he is asking in the 18th chapter, first sloka. Sannyasasya mahabahu tattvamichchami veditum. I want to know the tattva, the philosophy, the knowledge about sannyasa. But he already said in the 5th chapter, first sloka, sannyasam karmanam Krishna. So sannyasam karmanam means giving up all the activities. Sannyasam karmanam. That's what Krishna also says. Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo vidu. So kamyanam karmanam nyasam. So karmanam. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha samsasi. In the 5th chapter, first sloka. In the 18th chapter, second sloka, Krishna says that kamyanam karmanam nyasam. So sannyasam karmanam nyasam. Both are same. So that means giving up the actions, giving up the activities, renouncing the activities, not doing the activities. But already Krishna said in the 3rd chapter itself that karma jyayogi akarmanaga. So doing the activity is better than not doing the activity. Karma jyayogi akarmanaga. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayogi akarmanaga. Sarira yatra pichate na prasiddhayet akarmanaga. Once we get this body, having got this body, sarira yatra pichate na prasiddhayet akarmanaga. You're not going to get anything good for you by not doing the activities. That's why na prasiddhayet akarmanaga. Sarira yatra pichate na prasiddhayet akarmanaga. So we have to act. That's very important. We got this body means we have to act. That's what in the 18th chapter we already studied that. Nahi deha brita sakyam tyaktum karmani asesataha. Nahi deha brita sakyam. So it's not possible. Deha brita, one who has got this body, deha brita, na sakyam, means not possible. That's what nahi deha brita sakyam. Na sakyam tyaktum karmani asesataha. Karmani, activities, asesataha, completely. Tyaktum, giving up. So it is not possible to give up the activities completely for the embodied soul, dehabrita. So, nahi dehabrita sakyam tyaktum karmani asesata. But it is possible to give up the results of activities. Yastu karma palatyagi. It is possible. One can renounce the results of activities. One can give up the attachment and the results of activities. Yastu karma palatyagi satyagi iti abhidhiyate. So he is known as tyagi. Satyagi iti abhidhiyate. So that's what the same subject, what we studied in the 5th chapter and the 18th chapter, it is the same. So yoga. Yoga means acting. So performing our actions. But performing our actions without any attachment to the results. That's what is called yoga. Sannyasam. So Krishna is saying sannyasasya mahabhago. So sannyasam karmana sankhya yoga prathak balaga pravadanti na pandidaga ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yapasyati sapasyati. So, but Krishna says very clearly that yoga is not different from giving up the activities. So renouncing the activities is actually not the right thing. But giving up the attachment to the results is same as renouncing the activities. But just renouncing the activities is not the same as giving up the results of activities. That's what we need to understand. So just renouncing the activities means we cannot say that I have renounced the results of activities. Because we are not even performed the activities, not even performed the actions. So that means giving up the actions, renouncing the actions is not the same as renouncing the results of actions. But renouncing the results of actions is the same as the giving up the renouncing the actions, because you are giving up the results of actions. So you are not attached to the results of the activities. So that means whatever you have done, we are not even thinking that we are doing it, first of all, because we have the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We know that only 3 modes of material nature are doing everything. And we know that we cannot sit idle. And everyone is forced to act helplessly by the 3 modes of material nature. So we cannot sit idle, not even for a single moment. Nahi kasyate kshanamapi jatu tistati akarma krit karyate ki avasaka karma sarvaga prakriti jayit gunai. So that science, that knowledge we need to have, that we cannot sit idle. So we are forced to act all the time. But we have the option, we have the choice to give up the results of activities. We are not forced to get attached to the results of activities. There is no force. Maya is not forcing us to get ourselves attached to the results of activities. In fact, Maya is forcing us to do the activities because we are attached to the results of activities. That's the reason Maya is forcing us to act. If you are not thinking about the results, if you are not attached to the results of activities, then we have the freedom to do it or not. Maya is not going to do anything. Modes of nature are not going to force us. At that time, all the time is there for us to sit idle only. So nothing is going to force us. The moment we think that I am the doer, the moment we get ourselves attached to the results of activities, then we come under the control of Maya. So then Maya is going to force us to commit sins. That's what when Arjuna asked the question, by what one is simple to sinful acts unwillingly, as if engaged by force. Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushagam anichana pivarshnaya baladiva niyojitaga. Krishna said very clearly, it is only lust, it is only kama, it's only krodha. It is all born from the Rajoguna. Why? Why the Rajoguna? Why it's forcing us to do that, forcing us to commit sins? Because we are attached to the results of activities. Because we are attached, because our mind is thinking about the results of activities. Our mind is thinking about the sense object. We are thinking about enjoying this material world, material sense objects. So that means we are immediately coming under the control of Maya. Immediately we are under the clutches of Maya. So then we will get ourselves more and more materially entangled. Then it is going to become very, very difficult to get out. So the easy way, the only way to get out of this material entanglement, so the only way, the easy way, the only way to get out ourselves, get freed from the clutches of Maya is simply surrender unto Krishna, knowing very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then there is no problem. So that's what we are supposed to do. So we have to fully surrender unto Krishna. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. With the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that bhakti, the devotion, only that only is going to help us to get liberation from this material way, from the material bondage. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have that devotion. So we have that faith on Krishna. We love Krishna. We understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have no doubts. So that's the reason we are getting this knowledge. And that's the reason we are able to make progress. And we will definitely make progress. And this is our primary goal. So studying Bhagavad Gita every day, which we are not stopping it for any reason. And then, of course, we know the 4 pillars what we need to follow. So to build our bhakti, the devotion. So that is, it's all based on this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That is the first thing. That is the foundation. So this Bhagavad Gita is very, very important, this knowledge. So if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then no one can cheat us. Then we won't be cheated at all. So then we are in the right direction. So we will make continuous and constant progress towards Krishna. There is no doubt about it. Otherwise, this life will go just like that. Everything will go just like that. When we die, there are so many new people are going to take birth, new, like children, they are going to take birth. So they are going to come and live here. Maybe if a person, say at the age of 60 or 70, thinks that he is going to die at 90 or 80 or 90, something like that, depending upon the age, we don't even know. So even if we think that we are at the age of 40 or 50, someone is at the age of 50 and thinking that, oh, you can live here for another 30, 40 years, something like that. But we need to understand that we are actually pushed towards, when we are getting ourselves closer to the death. So there are a lot of, every day there are a lot of new children, they are taking birth and they are growing, and they are going to identify with this material world, and they are going to think that it is theirs. So that way, when we become old, when our karmendriyas are very weak, and we will simply become handicapped in this material world, simply waiting for our death. That's what is going to happen. So that is the reality, and that's going to happen for everyone at any time. It's all happening. So before such things happen, we have to understand that when that time comes, we are ourselves alone. Nobody is going to be with us. So nobody after death also, nobody is going to care of or remember us. We need to understand that. So that is the fact. That is the reality. So it is between only us and Krishna, the individual and Krishna. That's what is very important. And Krishna is there with us. So that way, we should not be wasting our time thinking about this world. We should not be giving up or losing this great opportunity, what we have got to basically realize ourselves relate ourselves with Krishna and surrender unto Krishna and go to Goloka. So this is a great opportunity we have got. We have to make use of it. So in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we finished 16 slokas. So what we studied until now. So in the sloka number 13, we studied Krishna taught us that Panchaitani Mahabaho Karanani Nibodhame Shankye Kritante Proktani Siddhaye Sarvakarmana Panchaitani Mahabaho Karanani Nibodhame. Now you hear from me about the 5 causes. So they are actually 5 causes for the success of every activity. Siddhaye Sarva Karmana, the success of all activities. So Sankhya Kritante Proktani. So it is described in the Sankhya. So now you hear from me in the Sankhya philosophy, in the Vedanta. O mighty armed Arjuna, according to the Vedanta, there are 5 causes for the accomplishment of all action. Now learn of these from me. So we already learned that in our previous class. Adhisthanam tatha karta karanam cha prathak vidam vividascha prathak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. So there is adhisthanam, the place of activities. So the body, the place of activities, and karta, the performer. So the worker, karta, and karanam cha prathak vidam, different types of instruments used to perform a particular activity, and vividas cha prathak cheshta, and different types of endeavors. So, and devam chaivatra panchamam, and then ultimately devam. So there is Krishna. So all these 5 factors have to come together for the success of every activity. The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. Then in the next sloka, what we studied then, Sariravan Mano Biyat Karma Prarabhathe Nara Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchaite Tasya Hetavaga. So whatever activity which is done by the body, our speech, our mind, sarira, van, mano, so karma, yat karma, whatever karma, prarabhate naraga, we start, whatever karma we do it. So whether it is the right one or it is the wrong one, nyayam va, viparitam va, panchaite tasya hetavaga. So all these 5 factors come into play. So for that action to happen, whether it's a good action or bad action, so these 5 factors, when they come together, then only it can happen. So that's what Krishna is teaching us, that whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these 5 factors. Then in the next sloka, Tatraivam sati kartaram Atmanam kevalam tuyaha pasyat akrita buddhidva nasapasyati durmatihi. We studied up to this sloka. So tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuyaha pasyati akrita buddhidvan. So due to less intelligence, due to unintelligence, so a person who thinks that he is the only doer. Atmanam kevalam tuyaga. So anyone who sees like that, so he is actually, he has no intelligence and he is durmati. That's why he is very foolish. So sapasyati, nasapasyati durmati. So who is not seeing things in the right way. So he is actually has no intelligence. He is foolish. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the 5 factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. That's what nasapasyati. So he cannot see things as they are. Then what we are studying today is starting from this sloka number 17. Yasya naham kritho bhavo Buddhiryasya na lipyate hatvapi saimaloka nahanti na nibadyate. So a person who has no ahankara, na ahankrita. Na ahankara means no ahankara, no false ego. So that means he thinks that he is not the doer. So buddhiryasya na lipyate, and his intelligence is not entangled. Buddhiryasya na lipyate. When that happens only when we are doing it for Krishna. Hatvapi sayima lokan. When such person, even if he kills someone in this well, hatvapi sayima lokan. Na hanti, he's not the killer, he's not killing. Na nibadyade, he's not bound. So he doesn't become entangled. So that's what, he never kills and he never gets entangled. So if a person thinks that, he's not the doer. So he's actually free from the ahankara, and his intelligence is not entangled. Intelligence is buddhiyasya na lipyati. So that's what Krishna is teaching here. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this well, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions. Then in the next sloka, what we are saying, Jnanam Nyayam Parijñātā Trivida Karma Chodana Karanam Karma Karteti Trividaga Trividaga Karma Sangraga. So Jnanam, there is the knowledge, Nyayam, so there is the object of knowledge, and Parijñātā, that means the knower of knowledge. So Jnanam, Nyayam, Parijñātā. So these are the three kinds. So these are the three factors which actually initiates the work. So they are the impetus. If all these three things are there, then the work can start there. So knowledge should be there, and the knowledge about what? That object of knowledge. So that object should be there, object of knowledge. So, and then the knower of that knowledge. All these three things are there, then an action can initiate. Action is initiator. So in order to start an action, these three things have to be there. Chodana. But in order to do that work, karanam karma karte. So all these three things have to be there. So the first three things are there means without that an action cannot happen. It cannot happen at all. If there is no knowledge about doing a particular action, we cannot do it. Only we need to have the knowledge. So knowledge about what? So we need to have knowledge about that particular subject, that object. So that should be there. And the knower should be there. The knower of the knowledge. So that should be there. If all these three things are there, then in order to perform that action, then instruments are needed, karanam. And then that action itself, that work. So then karta is the performer. So the parijñāta and karta may be different. I can know how to do an action, but I don't have to do it. I can tell someone how to do that, and he can do that. So that way I am the knower, and by my instruction somebody is acting. So that way this karta is different, and the parijñāta is different, knower is different, and the actor is different. So all such things can happen. So trividaga karma sangraha. So knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action. So these are when an action happens, so there should be a karta, should be there should be a karma, there should be a karanam, the senses, that's the instruments, all such things. So then Krishna is teaching here in the next sloka. Jnanam karma cha karta cha tridaiva guna bedataga prochate guna samkhyane yathava shrunutanyapi. So jnanam karma karta. So knowledge, action, and the performer. So there are three types of knowledge. There are three types of actions. There are three types of performers. Tridaiva guna bedataga, based on the three modes of material nature. So Tridaiva guna bedataga. Prochate guna sankyane. So it's explained, it is mentioned in the Sankhya philosophy, in the guna sankyane. So yathavat shrunutanyapi. Now you hear from me about them. That's what Krishna is going to teach us. So now in the next 9 slokas, first 3 slokas about the knowledge in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, and about the karma, action in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, and then karta, the performer in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. That's what we are going to study. We already studied in the 17th chapter, the ahara, the food, and then yajna, dana, thapa, karma, yajna, sacrifice, and dana, charity, and then thapa, austerity. All such things in 3 modes of nature we studied. Also in the 18th chapter, tyaga in 3 modes of nature. In the mode of, started with the ignorance and passion and goodness. So now we are going to study about the jnana, karma, and karta. According to the 3 different modes of material nature, there are different kinds of knowledge, action, and performer of action. Now hear of them from me. Then in the next sloka, what Krishna is teaching, Sarva bhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayam ikshate avivaktam vivakteshu tajnanam viddhi satvikam. So sarva bhuteshu, in all living entities, ena ekam, there is only one bhavam. Ekam bhavam means one bhavam. There is only one nature. So avyayam, so there is imperishable, there is eternal. Ikshate, anyone who sees that only one bhavam in all living entities. So that means we need to see Krishna everywhere. Yomam pasyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pasyati. That's what we studied in the 6th chapter. Yomam pasyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pasyati tasyaham pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. So like that, anyone who sees that one person, that one supreme bhavam, so ekam bhavam, avyayam, imperishable in all living entities, avibhaktam vibhakteshu. So even though it looks like divided, but it is undivided. One who sees that it is undivided nature, that is Krishna in everyone's body, the jnanam viddhi satvikam, that knowledge is in the mode of goodness. So all the time we need to act with that knowledge. That's what is very important. That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities, though they are divided into innumerable forms, you should understand to be in the mode of goodness. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 4 more slokas in the 18th chapter. So 20 slokas we finished. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So we'll chant 2 rounds of mantra, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swamini Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanattimradasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurami Littamena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaham. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. If any devotees have any question, you can use the raise hand option. Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
Hare Krishna, by Krishna's classless mercy, I'm fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful class. No questions today.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Kripa Lakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kripa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, I am very new to this webinar. Today is my first day.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
And thank you very much, Prabhuji. I feel much closer to Krishna now than how I was yesterday. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So you are connecting from which place? Which place, Mataji?
From Tamil Nadu, Prabhuji.
From Coimbatore? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Yes. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Sure. I teach in Tamil Bhagavad Gita also. If you are interested, you can give me your number. I can add you in the WhatsApp group also. Are you already in our WhatsApp group, Mataji, in the English WhatsApp group?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm in the English WhatsApp group, but I didn't know you were teaching in Tamil also, Prabhuji. That
Yeah,
would be
Tamil.
very helpful for all of
Yeah, I
us.
will give you the number. I teach it before English Bhagavad Gita. First I teach Tamil and then, so maybe let me take your number.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So how did you get to this? How did you get this? You are already in the English WhatsApp group, you told me, correct, Madani?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So one second. Okay. What is your number, Madani? Hare Krishna, what's your phone number, Madani? Kribam.
It is 999
Okay,
49
okay.
0
Mm-hmm.
54
Okay.
64.
999490546
Exactly, Prabhuji.
Okay, I will add you into the
Thank you, Prabhuji.
WhatsApp group, Tamil WhatsApp group also just now. Before I forget, I will add you there. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji. By Krishna's mercy now, we are in the 18th chapter, successfully finished 20 slokas. Hare Krishna. Yes.
When we are actually thinking of result, then Maya will occupy us. Am I right, Guruji?
That is correct. When we are thinking about the result itself, immediately will come under the control of mind. Thinking about there's a dhyaito vishayan pumsaka. When we think about the sense objects, immediately Maya will control us. Our mind
Very nice.
should not be thinking about sense object at all. Then immediately will come under the control of mind.
Again, it will change our direction of thinking, direction of the way.
Yes, ma'am. The mind should not be thinking about it at all. So that's why we need to practice. We need to train our mind not to think about the sense objects.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. S.K. Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sheila Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, Sheila Mataji. Hare Krishna. S.K. Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the wonderful lecture. Really getting to know so many things about the how the activities are being performed and what's happening. And Guruji, great knowledge, great
That's
understanding.
correct. Everything is Krishna is
Yes,
teaching us.
yes. I can't explain in words, really. I sometimes I think that how much scientifically, how much logically, rationally has been written, has been said by the God thousands of the years back. And in fact, we all, the normal human being, we are always under the impression that it is being done because of me. I am doing everything. And I mean, the explanation how some action happens, the 5 factors, and those 5 factors further explained in the 3, the 3 modes of the 3. That's really great, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Everything scientifically, Krishna is explaining us everything.
Very, very logical. If we try to understand, when we look back, all our activities, all our past actions, maybe some successes, then we find that yes, it has been like this only.
Yes.
Nothing
Yes.
is possible without the hand of the Krishna. This is the fact of life. And many a times we, the foolish human being, we forget about this thing.
That is the problem. Yes,
We feel that I am the talented, I did the hard work, and therefore I succeeded. That's when we read this knowledge, then only we can understand this.
that's correct, my Prabhu. So by Krishna's mercy, we are getting the complete Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Very, very rare opportunity which we have got.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you to you for imparting us this knowledge.
Yes,
And
Krishna's mercy.
thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sheila Mataji, Hare Krishna. Lisa Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you for the class today, Guruji. As usual, today also we learned so many things. And we also learned that we should become a tyagi and not a sannyasi. Because for us, we can at least do our duties. And then if we don't get attached to the results, we can become a tyagi.
That is
So, yes, Guruji. So we can continue doing our duty to the best of our knowledge.
yeah, we cannot become sannyasi without being a tyagi.
Yes,
So-
Guruji.
Yes.
Yes, Guruji. So every day we are learning so many things. Thank you, Guruji, for your effort. Yes.
Krishna's
Hare
mercy.
Krishna, Guruji. Yes,
Hare
Guruji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare. Mohan and Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Excellent class. Daily basis, we are learning new things, and it's really motivating us to learn more and more, Guruji. And my chanting process is also going on. That is also progressing
Very
and
nice.
steadily, and I'm very happy about that thing also. And thank you, Guruji. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all your effort, Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Krishna's mercy.
Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Guruji.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Guruji,
Hare
Guruji,
Krishna.
Pranam.
Pranam,
Hare
Pranam
Krishna,
Mataji, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare
Thank you
Rama.
so much for the class.
Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ganesh
Hare
Rupa Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you
Hare
so much, Prabhuji. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very well. No questions, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam,
Hare-
Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Today, by the costless mercy of Krishna, we are learning the Bhagavad Gita class, which is a direct knowledge. And the samvada between Arjuna and Krishna, Arjuna's question about sannyasa and tyaga, that is the main subject in the 18th chapter. And we have this body, so with having this body, it is not possible to give up all activity, but possible to give up results of action. Then one important thing which we have to throw light is renouncing all the activities due to results is not renouncing the results of activity, but renouncing the results of activities is the same as renouncing the activities. That is a very important thing. We have to note that. We are forced to act because by the influence of Maya, Maya forces us to act, and Maya also makes us commit sins because we are attached to results. That is the main reason why Maya takes over us. Then we are more and more entangled with this material world. So the solution to come out of this is only to surrender unto Krishna, the Supreme Personality, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita we have to devote and to get liberated from the material bondage. Our prime goal should be to study Bhagavad Gita, knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, to build devotees. And when we grow old, we will be ready for that. We should surrender to Krishna and relate with Krishna. Then only we can go to Goloka. Regarding the slokas, earlier we studied in 18th chapter 17th sloka, 16th sloka, due to less intelligence, a person thinks that he is a doer and he is nothing but a foolish person and he can't see things as they are. In the 17th sloka, a person who has no ahankara and who is not motivated by false ego, he thinks that he is not the doer and he is not entangled with anything. Even he slays somebody, he is not bound to that unentangled. In the 18th sloka, Krishna says knowledge, object of knowledge, and knower of knowledge. These three kinds of things which initiate a particular action. Karma, the instruments of karma, the action itself, and the karta, who is a doer. Senses, work, and doer. Three constitute one action to be take place. Then in the 19th sloka, Krishna says, Jnanam, Karma, and Karta. There are three types of knowledge based on the three modes of nature, explained in the Sankhya philosophy. Then in the 20th sloka, Krishna says, the knowledge in the mode of goodness, a person who wants to know the knowledge in the mode of goodness, by which that person sees one undivided, imperishable reality in all the diverse living entities. Though it appears to be divided, it is not divided and it is undivided nature. That is nothing but Krishna itself in the mode of goodness. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Venkatana Arjuna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you Guruji for today class.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhu. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama
Rama
Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare. Thank you Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Really interesting, wonderful lecture today also. In one of these sloka, it is being said that nirhankar, if you are having no ahankaras and आप निर्लेप पे हैं, then even you kill, it doesn't bind you, entangle you. Very interesting, or a very extreme thing. Very interesting learning from this thing. If we are in the path of Krishna, we can live peacefully and without entanglement in the world. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Palniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare.
See, just now, I think before me, Prabhu was telling that same doubt I am having. That is regarding slogan number 17. 17 says that even if you are not entangled, but still if you kill a person, that will not come on you. That is the thing which I understood from listening to your this thing.
Yes.
But I am not so clear about that. How a person is doing something which is, even though he is not involved, but it is done by him. So when it is done by him, how he will be relieved from it? That is
For example, Arjuna, Arjuna told Krishna that we have come here to commit great sins. So, ahobata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam. Yadrajya sukalobena hantum swajanam udyatayam. So, we have come here to commit great sins by killing all these people in the battlefield. But Krishna is telling that if you are killing for dharma, so dharmyadi yuddha shreyo anyad kshatriyasya vidyade. So dharmyadi yuddha. So there is nothing else is better for kshatriya than fighting to establish dharma in the battle. So that way, when Arjuna has to kill so many people there. So what Krishna is telling him that you are fighting for me, you are doing it as a dharma, so it's not going to, you are not going to get any sins. So that's what na hanti na nibaddhate. You are not a killer, you are not going to be bound. So only we need to understand one thing, that yajnata karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Anything which is not done as an offering unto Krishna is going to bind us to this material world. So a person who has no ahankara and whose intelligence is not entangled, he is not going to go and kill anyone for no reason, correct? So just because he is not entangled, he is not having ahankara, so he is not going to kill. He will kill if he is in a position to kill someone, it's only for a reason. So that's why Krishna is telling Arjuna that if you kill here, in this battle, so it is not papa. So ahobata mahat papam kartum vyavasitave. If you don't kill, if you don't fight in this battle, then only it is papa. Tachetvam imam dharmam sangramam na karisyasi tathaswadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. So if you don't fight in this battle, then you are going to get sins. So you understand that, Prabhu?
Yes, understood. That is, as per after surrendering to Krishna, we can do it.
That is correct. After surrendering to Krishna, if there is a need, so in Arjuna's case, he had to kill so many people. He had to kill Bhishma, Drona, everyone. So Krishna is telling him that, see, one thing we need to understand, that even Krishna told Arjuna that Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadradam cha Karnam tatanyanapi yodhavira maya hatams. They are all killed by me. Maya hatams. Tvam jahima vyatista yuddhasva chetasi rane sapatna. You just fight in this battle, but they are killed by me. So that way, we should not be thinking that we are the doer. If we think, the moment we think that I am the doer, so then we have to get the results. We have to suffer for the results. So that's why Krishna is saying that asya na ahankrito bhava, one who has no ahankara. You understand it, bro?
Understand.
And if his intelligence is very well established, buddhi asya na lipyate. So that person, a very intelligent person, a devotee of Krishna who has no ahankara, he is not going to go and kill someone for no reason.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Father Dandavat Pranam Guruji.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
I missed the
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Today. I will see it on YouTube later.
Okay.
So no issue. But it's a nice discussion that was going on. I liked it. Thank you very much, Guruji, for this nice discussion in the class. Hare Krishna. No questions
Hare
for
Krishna. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram.
Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Pranam Guruji. Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Brahmanandri, Hare
Ramanande
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, can you hear me, Guruji?
Yes, Mataji, I am able to hear you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful class, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna's mercy. We are able to study regularly. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna.
We have to become Tyagi first of all.
Yes, that is the correct thing. Yeah.
Then only we can attain anything.
That is very important. Yes, Mataji. Yajnadana tapakarma natyajam karyam. Yajnadana tapakarma we should never renounce. We need to do that. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hello.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. You got muted again, Prabhu. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Hare
after a long time, completely from beginning to end,
yes,
I could listen because today Sunday, and
Yes,
as usual, the Sunday classes are special. I never miss it. So today there are many things we learned. The only the thing which not able to understand is you said that for each and every activity there are karana karanam. That means the karta, all these things. I'm not able to understand what Krishna is saying here.
That we are going to study in the coming slokas about the karta and jnanam, karma, karta. Today we started studying about the jnanam in the mode of goodness, then patience and ignorance. So then jnanam, karma cha karta cha, then karma, then karta, everything we study. So when you study all those slokas very well, those 9 slokas, then you will be able to understand how they are coming in the 3 modes of nature.
Okay, Guruji. Yeah. I'm eager to learn.
Yes. Maybe next 2 weeks, if we continuously, next 2 weeks, we'll finish these things. So at that time, you will understand everything. Yes, bro. Next 2 Sundays.
Yeah. So it's a starting and beginning. It is all Krishna Mayam. That is the thing which we should remember always.
Yes,
either karta you are doing, whatever result comes in. One
if
thing
you
we
just
must
follow Bhagavad Gita, just understand Krishna is the Supreme Lord, then everything is taken care. We don't have to worry, bro.
Yeah, correct. Thank you, Guruji, for the nice class. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji, Brinda Jason Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Yes, Guruji, thank you for. It's a very nice class, but the understanding of performer and the action mode, which material mode is acting on us at that time. Guruji had that practical experience of becoming aware at that time that this mode is trying to act on me. I have to succumb to Krishna. Guruji, that awareness has to come.
It will come over a period of time
when he's performing,
Yes, Mother.
Yes, Guruji. So it is good to get the knowledge of it, to become aware of it. And when an experience is happening,
I think you got disconnected, Mother. We'll let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna.